You know that famous saying, truer words have never been spoken? Well, as time progresses, that statement seems less relevant because as time moves on, more things are said, duh. But what about the quote, truer words have been said, but what you said is still the truth? That's the inspiration for the story featured in this episode.
In truer words have been said, but what you said is still the truth. The quiet, dimly lit bar holds echoes of a love story that spanned over half a century. Joe, a regular at the bar, finds solace in sharing memories of his late wife, Maggie, with his old friend Mike, the bartender. Through the simple yet profound recollections of their life together, Joe and Mike explore the enduring power of unconditional love. This touching tale captures the essence of a bond that transcends time, offering a poignant reminder that the truest words are often those lived every day.
And now, without further ado,
Truer words have been said, but what you said is still the truth. The dimly lit bar was nearly empty, save for a couple of regulars nursing their drinks in the corner. Joe sat at the far end of the counter, staring into the depths of his whiskey glass. The bartender, an old friend named Mike, ambled over.
"Penny for your thoughts, Joe?"
Mike said with a wry grin as he dried a pint glass with a tattered rag. Joe looked up with a melancholy expression.
"Just thinking about something Maggie said before she passed. About how we'd been married over 50 years, through good times and bad."
Mike nodded solemnly. Maggie had been one of the kindest souls to ever grace this dive. Her recent death had hit Joe harder than he let on.
She said,
"Joe, we've been together half a century. We've had our ups and downs, but I wouldn't have had it any other way. We built a life, a family, something real and true. Truer words have been said by poets and philosophers, but what I'm telling you is still the truth."
A heavy silence hung in the air as Joe's words trailed off. He took a swig of his drink, the liquid courage allowing the memory to spill forth.
"I know those don't sound like words of great profundity."
Joe continued after a pause.
"But coming from her, a woman who showed me what unconditional love really means through her actions every single day, it meant everything."
Mike slowly nodded, having witnessed firsthand the devotion between Joe and Maggie over the decades. Their love was the kind other couples could only dream of finding.
"You know, Joe, you're right. Maybe those words don't read like Shakespeare. But sometimes the simplest truths are the ones that matter most. Your Maggie spent her life living those words out loud for the world to see. If you ask me, that's the highest form of poetry there is."
The corners of Joe's mouth turned up in the faintest of smiles as he raised his glass.
"I'll drink to that."
In that moment, the murmurs and clinks of the near-empty bar faded away. Joe was instantly transported back in time, awash in memories of Sunday mornings making pancakes with Maggie, family picnics in the park, and falling asleep holding her hand night after night. Truer words may have been uttered by great thinkers, poets, and orators, but the truth woven through the tapestry of Joe and Maggie's lives together was more powerful than any words could ever be. It was the truth that outlasted them both.
There will be more stories inspired by the quote, truer words have been said, but what you said is still the truth, in the future, as well as an accompanying, truer words have been said, but what you said is still the truth, tee that will be available to purchase from my apparel site, justtextclothing.com. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that jib-jab. Click one of the other videos you see on your screen. Okay. That's it for me now. See you in the future.